Welcome to the deep dive. We grab a bunch of info, sort through it, and hopefully leave you knowing more, maybe even seeing things a bit differently. Today, we're diving into something, well, pretty interesting and maybe a little worrying too. We're looking at how these new disruptive models, like for vacation rentals, are hitting fields you wouldn't expect. Specifically, Airbnb-style hunting. Sounds kind of odd, right? And it brings up a big question. What actually happens when you apply a really short-term transactional approach to something like wildlife conservation, which is inherently long-term? So our goal today is to unpack the potential downsides, the negative effects, pulling from an article by Basecamp Leasing called The Negative Effects of Airbnb Hunting. Let's just start with their core analogy because it,
Right.
it really hits the nail on the head. They say that just wash the sheets and relist model. It just doesn't work when your guests are hunting animals that, only reproduce once a year. Okay, so first off, how does this Airbnb hunting model actually operate? What does it look like? Well, the article describes these platforms offering day hunts, often with very little vetting. Access is quick. It's all about convenience, like ordering takeout, but for hunting. And you can see the immediate appeal, can't you? Landowners make some money from their land.
Hunters get access, maybe to places they couldn't normally hunt,
Right, short-term access.
and the platform, the middleman,
Yeah.
takes a cut. Seems like a win-win-win on
Yeah.
the surface.
Exactly. On the surface, it looks pretty good for everyone involved. Simple. But hiding just beneath that is this fundamental ecological truth and gets missed a lot. Wildlife just isn't like a product you can, restock instantly. It's not a commodity like that. And that's really where the problems begin to show up.
Okay, let's dig into that difference then. Why is wildlife so different from, say, a rental room?
Yeah.
What's the core biological issue?
Well, the biology is pretty inflexible, really. Most of the big game species, we're talking about deer, elk, turkey, they have a very strict annual reproductive cycle. Once a year, that's it. There's no magic reset button.
Right.
When an animal's harvested, it's gone. Poof, no immediate replacement is coming along next week.
Yeah.
So the consequence is, well, it's serious. If you take too many, or if there's too much disturbance during critical periods like breeding season or when fawns are young.
Vulnerable times. Exactly. Local populations can actually crash. They can't sustain that pressure.
Yeah.
And these day hunts, the model itself, it sort of encourages high turnover. It prioritizes the quick cash over thinking about, long-term health of the herd.
That makes sense. It's a totally different way of thinking about the resource itself. So with that quick transaction focus, who's actually looking out for the land, for the animals? Where does the accountability fall in this kind of setup?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This Airbnb model, it tends to create a real disconnect. The hunter isn't invested in the place long-term, and the article points out something crucial. Often the landowner doesn't